All right, so a little bit of a DIY project here. Not the usual stuff. There's going to be a side project. I'm going to be recresting a Penguins jersey. A jersey I've had for a very long time. Really, as soon as I made it to high school, my parents got me this as a Christmas gift straight from the Mellon Arena. I think it was Mellon Arena at that point. Gift shop. And you can look at the crest here. It is just absolutely destroyed. And I hope you're getting a good zoom on this. It's overlooked, right? It's been washed. I can't tell you how many times. This was the jersey I wore to every single game. This was one of the ones that really launched the collection. And while the back is also rough, the Dazzle Twill has certainly held up better than the front crest. And so, in a new skill I've learned in removing patches from jerseys, I'm going to try and remove this. And I went on eBay and I found another crest for $15. Hard to beat that. It's at least $10 less than it's actually worth. And so I'm going to be putting this on. And you might be thinking, if you've looked for these lately, how much they're worth, am I insane? Why would I do this? I mean, it's so rough that I don't think that it's actually going to have any real value at this point. At least not what I'd want for it. The numbers are also rough. So this will be the Pens jersey I get to wear. And it does help that I have two others. So I don't feel like I'm losing a lot. And you can already see it's actually starting to happen, the damage on the crest, but just nowhere near as close. Starter, CCM, Coho, it doesn't seem to matter. But with these two in spare, I'm going to fix this Lemieux jersey and make it my Penguins wearing out 90s RoboPen jersey. And we'll go from there. Yeah, you can see just all the damage to that crest. I mean, this is just washes and washes and washes and a replica jersey over the course of, oh God, has it been 20 years? Close to it. This is going to come off for a nice, shiny, new crest that hopefully will stand up much better. So I pulled the patches off this youth Edmonton jersey so I could put it on a much rarer jersey that was missing its patches. And really, it's taking an iron and using some cotton cloth and letting it till the glue releases. So let's go through that process on this Lemieux jersey and see how it works. So it's already coming up a bit, and so we'll be able to use that to our advantage for sure. So I've made sure that there's nothing underneath the jersey. You don't want to accidentally pull off the glue from the numbers on the back. And the key to this is you need a cotton cloth in between. For this, I'm going to have just a simple white t-shirt because, well, I don't know how much cotton cloth I have just laying around. And this did work beautifully last time. So I'm going to smooth this out, and then you're just going to set the iron on it and leave it go for a few minutes. All right, so I don't know if you can see that on camera where the crest is coming through. This obviously it's way too big for the whole iron at once, and I don't have one of those heat press applique things. Hasn't really been a need for it in my life. So I am going to set this iron down, and in what I've learned from the last time, about 3 minutes at a time to check on it. Probably going to need longer than that, but I don't want this thing to scorch or melt. So we're going to check back every 3 minutes and just kind of let this heat, and I'm going to straighten this out. 3 minutes later. Let's take a look. Is it coming up any better? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Peeling right off. Can I get under there yet? No. Oh, that is very hot. So this is coming off a lot more than I thought, a lot further than the heat was doing. I think just simply the glue has let out after all these years. And it was just kind of hanging on. It should not be pulling off this easy. But I am amused by how much is left behind in the image, this ghosting, which it's a good thing that this just fits exactly over it. Pretty rough crest when you look on the inside. I didn't even know it was made of layers like this, but I guess that's gluing. Whew. You can see the difference between where I melted glue and where the glue simply let go. And I actually did flatten this out just a little bit with the iron, just because I think the glue being reactivated a bit was pulling the fabric. But now, so I'm going to use some fabric fusion, glue down this crest, and just enough so I can get it on the sewing machine. All right, quick dry fabric fusion, swear by this stuff. And normally I'd be putting it on the patch and then putting that down. But considering how we can see exactly where the crest needs to go, I'm just going to put a small amount down to keep it in place so I can get it on the sewing machine and move it around without issue. Real small bead. And line this up right over where the old one was. Just so much more vibrant already. By no means the first time I've taken one of these logos to a sewing machine. After all, these fray a ton. This is the kind of content you want to see more of, the stuff of you don't really think of in being a jersey collector. I'm all for doing more of this. So let us know in the comments. The hardest part is that you have to get it one on the crest, one over the edge, or else it'll fray. So keeping the edge of this crest, and any jersey numbers really, is how you keep them from fraying, like you'll see on CCM and Coho jerseys and Reebok jerseys that have just been around a little too long. I realized I probably should have cleaned up a bit first, but oh well. This is what is actually, as Albert Einstein said, if a cluttered desk is the sign of a cluttered mind, what then is the sign of an empty desk? Words to live by. If you get the fraying, my mother taught me clear nail polish actually does a really good job of sealing those edges. So if you're not someone who sews, easy to pick some up and fix your fraying crests and numbers. All told, less than an hour. And I have a beautiful new crest on this jersey, and it'll be ready to wear next week for the last week of school. I mean, I am very pleased with how that turned out. And quick, easy, as long as you can find the crest and you have even half-decent sewing skills, you can do this yourself. Remember, removing a crest nice and slow, let it guide you, and you're going to leave residue, if not a shadow, behind. So plan for that. If you're just trying to take off a patch, have something to put down over top of it. But that's, for a first time doing that, I think that turned out very well. I'm happy with that. Looks like a little glue residue coming through at the moment, but it's way worse on camera than in person. We'll see how that clears up, but overall, very pleased with how this turned out. So, side project for Ugly Thirds. Let us know if this is something you want to see more of. I can definitely do more of this stuff, but the short, not a lot of interest there. If this is a useful jersey technique, and if you learn something, then I can definitely do more of this because, well, I'm just kind of doing this stuff on my own. So, let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm John for Phil and Trems. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next time.